The High Court, with the supervision of the Magistrates Court, is set to destroy hard drugs worth more than £500 million shillings after agreeing to set aside an earlier decision by the Magistrates Court to put to trial a British aristocrat caught in the web of international drug trafficking syndicate. High Court Judge Luka Kimaru freed the two on request by the Director of Public Prosecutions to discontinue their prosecution after it emerged they were victims of circumstance. Kemi Jungu with the details.
British national Jack Alexander Wolfe Marion, a sugar trader, together with his clearing agent Roy Francis Mwadhi, who were charged in 2016 with trafficking cocaine worth some 598 million shillings, have walked to freedom. The two were arrested in 2016 in Mombasa and charged with trafficking 100 kilos of cocaine from Brazil to the port of Mombasa. The drugs were found hidden in bags of sugar destined for Uganda via the Kenyan port. This case was heard at the Magistrates Court in Kibera. Detectives from Kenya and the United States jointly seized the drugs disguised as brown sugar at the Kilindini harbour, but the ship carrying it is said to have shipped out of the harbour in a haste and without authorization. After years of hearing the case at the Magistrates Court, the prosecution applied to withdraw the case against the two, but the magistrate declined. The case will then go to the High Court before Judge Luka Kimaru, who agreed with the prosecution's application and discontinued the criminal prosecutions against the two. The DPP had told the court the two were victims of a larger drug trafficking syndicate, that they had made a mistake even after lining up witnesses. While seeking to terminate the criminal proceedings, the DPP reasoned that it would not be in public interest to continue with prosecuting the two. The High Court also faulted the subordinate court for standing in the way of the prosecution, which was invoking its powers to discontinue the case. Justice Kimaru also applauded the DPP for having the courage to admit it was wrong, while agreeing with the applicant that the trial court exhibited an unusual interest in the case that clouded it from appreciating the information placed before it, that the DPP no longer believed they were criminally liable. The High Court has, in the meantime, ordered the drugs be destroyed in the next 14 days. Ken Mijungu, NTV.